Good afternoon, it's Sharon from the Noble Crafter here, and I thought I would spend the afternoon with you looking at Stephanie's signature collection, Roxby Downs. So I wasn't going to open it, I was going to go through it with you guys, but I opened it because I had to get Kevin to cut me something out. So I'll show you what's in the kit before we get started, and I'm just going to craft with you guys as if I was crafting alone at home, apart from I'll be chatting away to you obviously. So as you can see, this is the A4 textured card pack. It doesn't feel textured, but I think they mean it's got a look of texture about it. It's really pretty. The full collection's on Crate and Craft just now, and the product number is 795108, and for the club price it's £47.99, which I think is really good for all you get. In that pack there's 4 designs, 4 of each, and they're 250 GSMs. So now I'm going to have a look at this because I've been dying to have a look at this, but I didn't open it because I wanted to do it with you guys. So this is the flower pack, and oh, we all love flowers, us crafters. It's got to be flowers or butterflies. So let's have a look at this. I just thought it would be nice to do a live, just doing something a wee bit different for a change. So I thought, oh, I will play with this kit. Oh my goodness, these are absolutely stunning. And they're all die cut as well, which is a great help. Oh, do you remember in the olden days when we had to sit and fussy cut all these type of things out? It was fun, but oh, it took some time. I remember doing it when my dog Kira at the time was very unwell. And I was waiting on news about her, so I used to do it. So now, because of that, I'm not very keen on doing it anymore. So it looks like, read the instructions. So you've got 2 designs, 12 of each. So it looks like we've got this beautiful design and this beautiful design. And as I say, they all pop out, so we will have a play with them, I'm sure. So I'm just popping this to the side. So we can now have a look at the paper kit. Now when I tried to put the number in, the 795120 number in earlier, this looked as if it was out of stock on its own. So I would imagine that the only way you're going to be able to get this kit now is if you buy the full collection. And to be honest, as always, the full collection is where the best value is. So in this kit you've got 8 backgrounds, 4 of each, 2 designs, die cut flowers as well. So here's some of them. And this is on like a coated card. It's not like Linda's uncoated. It's quite, it feels as if it's got a shine. It looks as if it's got a shine to it, sorry, and it feels like there's a coating on it, but it's really pretty, as you can see. Really bright, vibrant colours this kit's got. So oh, look at these are good because these look like you've spent ages with your jelly plate or your inks and been playing. So that's really nice because that's ready-made backgrounds for you. They've got some strip borders as well in here, the 2 different ways, so that's nice to cut out and use with your makes. Look at these papers, my goodness, they are so vibrant, lovely, really nice papers. So we'll go to, yeah, that's just the same florals as I showed you earlier. So that's the paper kit. You get a lot for your £42, I think it was. You certainly do. Oh, excuse me while I open this one. So this is your vellum. So you've got your vellum in 4 designs, and you've got 4 of each, so you've got 16 sheets in total. And again, this is fabulous because this looks as if you've spent hours playing with jelly plates. It's really pretty. Or brayers or sparkle pens. It hasn't got a sparkle to it, but it's got a beautiful sheen. You can actually see that if I hold it that way. I actually think it's really pretty. I don't often use vellum on my cards, so I'll have to think how to use them. So let's get on and let's have a play. As I said, I'm just coming to spend the afternoon with you having a play. Nothing really is planned. all I did get Kevin to do was using one of Linda Chapman's USBs, the Paper Boutique USB. I asked him to cut some of Linda's craft card and one of the backing papers out so that I could put a plant pot together, because I just thought that this would go absolutely perfect with Linda's file. I'm trying to think what the USB is called. Is this a special edition one? Kevin, could you give me some insight to this one, please? I remember it's a special edition, but I can't remember.
Cut and Files Special Edition 2.
Cut and Files Special Edition 2 that this one's on. Right, after some instructions from my husband, I'll put the card on the right way round. That's why Kevin does the 3D work in this house, because I am useless at the 3D work. I was trying to put the tabs in the wrong way, and I'm just going to tell you the truth because it's maybe something that you guys will do. So all you'll get from me is honesty. If I make a mistake, I'll let you know. It does make a lot more sense now, because now I've got a nice big opening to put the flowers in. So that's perfect. So I just get that to glue on there, and then I will add some more glue to the back. And I was going to put a bit of vellum on, but I thought that would be a waste because this is really going to fill this card. So, and I like leaving some white. I think if you leave some white it's nice because it gives you that, draws your eye into your design that you're doing. So there we go, there's our plant pot on. Finally, after some instruction from Kevin. Right, and back to this beautiful kit. So let's see. I think we'll use the flower page. I don't know, I start off, my table looks busy because I've got my glazing things on, but I start off really tidy, and by the time I've crafted for a little while, the space that I'm working on gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So as I said, these are really good because they're just popping out because they've all been die cut. You may need to pop round with your scissors and just take off the little pips, because the machines have to leave them in with little pips, because if they don't, there's a chance that the die cuts will fall out and damage their machines. So that's why you see these little pips on things. So I'm just going to take some flowers out of here. I'm just going to punch some flowers out first of all, and then we'll get arranging with this. Oops, no pips, just that little bit there. The colours are so pretty. And I think the idea is that you can 3D up these flowers because you have heads on the sheet and you have leaves as well. Yeah, so that's on top of there. So let's just punch some of these out. As I said, I didn't want to do anything ahead of time because I wanted to see because I wanted to be a crafter, crafting with you in real time, because I feel that's the fun of it. So for those of you that don't know me and will just come across my YouTube channel by accident, I am one half of the Noble Crafters. I've been crafting with paper crafts for over 20 years. Before paper crafts, I used to make plaster of Paris models, which I used, ornaments that I used to paint, like teddy bears, and I did various Harry Potter was one kit I had. I did various different plaster of Paris ornaments, which was fun to do, painting them. I jewellery make, I crochet, and I card and any sort of paper craft really, but not so great with the 3D stuff. I leave the 3D stuff to the other half of the Noble Crafter, who is Kevin. Most of you will know him as Anya the Collie on Facebook, because that's what he uses as his handle on Facebook. So Anya is 5-year-old and she's a Blue Merle Border Collie. Sorry, this must be like watching paint dry. I maybe should have planned ahead and took some of these out beforehand, but as I said, I wanted to craft with you guys in real time. So if you have any questions or anything and you want to leave me a comment underneath this video, whether it be on my Facebook page that I'll be promoting the video on, or if it's on the Noble Crafter YouTube channel, then that's fine. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You can also private message me. We have several ways of being able to be contacted. Obviously you can contact Sharon Noble on her own page. You will perhaps see, if you don't have me on your friends list and you decide to befriend me, you will perhaps see Sharon M. Noble. That is actually my sister-in-law and not me. So you're looking for me, and it's just Sharon Noble. So our Facebook page is facebook.com The Noble Crafter. Our Facebook group that we run, that is purely for any brand, any brand, any company, any craft, is facebook.com Craft Friends United. Our YouTube channel,
facebook.com/groups.
That's not what you've got on here.
Right, okay.
Okay, so Kevin's just corrected me that it's facebook.com/groups Craft Friends United. Which is not on this sheet here, but we'll get that rectified. youtube.com/The Noble Crafters is where you'll see all my little videos. So that's one sheet out. And I mean, it did take a few minutes to do that, but it's worth it. So this one, I'm just going to do a few of these because I don't want to, and I'm actually cheating because I'm actually doing these 2 at a time, which is probably what I should have did with the first lot. Right, so we'll get a few of these out of here as well. And you can see how well cut all this is. And then I will maybe take a few heads off of this as well. But as I say, I'm not going to sit and do the whole lot because I think we should have enough maybe to build our card. We'll see how we go, and if we need more then we can always get some more. So I'm just going to use a nail file and take the pips off of here, as I said. And if you, like myself, I sometimes struggle to see if there's other bits supposed to come out, so it's always worth turning it onto the white side because you'll see them better on the white side. So I'm just going to use some foam pads to put these in here, and as I've said on previous videos, I really must have the smallest foam pads out there. I'm still using up foam pads from, oh, I don't know how long I've had these, and I just use them up because it's well, save wasting. So, and they don't take long to take the bits off. You just, she says as she makes a mess of this one, you just quickly take the bits off. So I hope the weather's been good with you guys. It's been really nice here today. It was a wee bit rainy this morning, but this afternoon's been lovely, and Kevin and I took Anya for a little run because she hadn't seen our sheep that she loves. Anya loves seeing sheep. We call them sheepies, and she loves seeing them. She barks at them as we pass in the car. She's a wee monkey. So we were doing that with her today, just to get her out the house for a little while, because she's not been out the house, because obviously I've been shielded, so I've not been out the house either, apart from dentists and doctors. So it was nice to get out for a little while. Right, so as you can see, I'm just quickly doing the same thing again. Just bulb this up with you. I mean, it does take a little while to make a card if you're doing it in real time. I know that some of the crafters that are doing cards with you, they speed up their work so you don't see the boring bits, but I just think it's nice just to spend an afternoon creating with people and just play, and that's all it's about. It's always just about playing. So now we don't have to use all of the heads. I mean, the heads are designed to go over the top, which is fine. That's a nice look if that's what you want. But you can do it whereas you maybe just want to have them popping out at the side and you're not too bothered about putting the heads on, then you can just pop them on as well. There's no right or wrong. When you've got a kit like this and you've got this type of embellishment that we're using here, there isn't really a right or wrong. You can actually just go with the flow and do whatever makes you smile, because that's what crafting's all about. And with this being Mental Health Week, it's very important to remember yourself and to do stuff that make you happy and reach out. I mean, that's the other thing. If you're feeling down, and it has been a really dreadful year for us all with this virus doing the rounds, so if you're feeling down and you're stressed out about stuff, make sure you reach out. There's always somebody out there to listen. I mean, you know that I'm around, and there's the groups, I mean, the Creative Friends groups that is for Linda Chapman is there. There's the Tattered Lace group, there's lots of groups out there. And if you're struggling, I mean, crafters are really kind. If you're struggling and you need a little bit of support, just say. I mean, crafters will rally around and help you. And I'm presuming that you're a crafter if you're watching my live, so that's why I just thought I'd mention that, because it has been a difficult year. So let's see, I have no idea if these are actual proper flowers or if these are fantasy flowers. I am not very good with flowers. What is your favourite flower? It'd be nice to know your favourite flowers. If you want to write them in the comments, that would be nice to hear from you about your favourite flowers. Now, so I want to add a wee bit more to this. So I'm just wondering if I want to add full flowers, or if I could just do some snippability and snip into these flowers. Just put a few heads in just to give it a full. And the other thing that would look really nice with this is you could actually use acetate and actually have your flowers coming up off of the acetate, because they don't have to sit on the card. They could actually come out of the card if you so wished as well. I just think that this concept is just, it's such a brilliant concept, this concept, just to have this pot the way it is and to be able to build it up. I just absolutely adore the concept. So now, this time I think I'm going to try and get this a little bit higher. So rather than you watching me put all these pads on, I'm going to double up this foam tape. I know it's black, but I don't think you'll see it once I've got all the bits and pieces in the plant pot. So I'm just going to double it up so that I get a bit more height with it, like so. Now, as you can see what I was talking about earlier, I'll just show you this now. I didn't, when I had it this way, I didn't actually see that there is a couple of bits that need to come out, but because I should be wearing my close work glasses, because I had it turned round this way, I've actually noticed them. So we'll just pop these ones out and pop that one out. Very good. And this is a quality kit. You can feel the quality of the card and paper. It's really good. Right, so let's double that bit up as well, and then we'll put a little, if I don't keep sticking to it, and we'll put a little bit here, she says, and then she picks a huge big bit. Oh, for goodness sake. Do you know what? It might have been easier to have popped it down on the card before trying to then. Right, I don't want that bit because that bit's showing, so I'm just going to pop it over a bit more. Okie dokie. So, now where will we put this? Because we don't want to hide everything that we've already got in there. Do you know what? After going to all that bother, I don't think I want to put that in there. Yeah, we could put it down here, so that's coming out the side of the pot, like so. And let's just tuck this bit of the pot in there so that the flower is coming out of the pot like that and just draping down the side of it. So quite like that. And then I think we'll do the same at this side. I think we'll have one just draping down the side of this pot. And what we'll do is we'll just quickly put a couple of pads on. And with this set you get little sticks as well that says thank you, happy birthday. I haven't actually got one of these at present, but I will add one later, probably saying happy birthday, and make this into a feminine birthday card. And you also have bows as well on the USB, so you could actually use the USB and I'm just putting a pad over the top of these pads. You can also put the bow on top of your flower pot as well, which I didn't think to ask Kevin to cut out for me. Actually might be nice doing that on vellum, but I don't know how good the scan and cut is for that. Talking about machines, that was the other thing that I wanted to address in this video. I'm using the Pro Cut now because since getting my COVID injection, my arm has been really sore. And I thought I was going to have to give up crafting because the plates on my cut and boss, which I love dearly, that's a brilliant machine, I'm not slating the machine in the slightest, but because that can do Tim Holtz and Sizzix deep dyes as well, the white plate gets very heavy after a few turns of using it. So I was finding that I was really struggling to craft with my arm, and it was getting me really low because like many crafters, I have ill health, and crafting is what saves my sanity, to be honest with you. So I was in need of something else. So I decided that I would really like to try the Pro Cut because the Pro Cut's only got a very basic sandwich. That, with saying that it's a very basic sandwich, in no way am I being derogatory to the machine, because so far every time I've asked the machine to do anything I have been impressed with it. I've never had the plate sticking on me as yet, touch wood, and there's never been a problem when I've tried to emboss things, which was a problem when I tried to emboss embossing folders in the cut emboss. Sometimes it was really difficult to get the sandwich to work. Whereas all you need with the Pro Cut is to emboss is the 3mm embossing folder with your card inside, your magnetic sheet and your 3mm plate. So it's really easy, and I'm going to show you the plates. So I just want to show you, because I am a heavy user of the Pro Cut, as you can see. I haven't had this Pro Cut very long, in fact, and I'm a very heavy user. You can see that from my plate. Now, I just want to show you, this is a 5mm plate and there is absolutely no bowing in that plate, and I have really used it. The magnetic shim. Now, I will confess, I have cut into my 3mm plate. It doesn't matter, it just doesn't look very pretty, but it certainly doesn't matter. It doesn't do any damage to the plate or anything if you do it a few times. You wouldn't want to do it all the time, because a 3mm plate eventually will go. So obviously you don't want to do that, and you get your other 3mm plate for your machine, so that you've got the two plates for when you're embossing, and it's very good. I haven't really used it for very much as with the way of fabric or anything just yet. I haven't used it for anything like that as yet. Sorry, I've just got a bit sticky pad in here. But for everything else that I've used it for, it's worked perfect. So, I think, I don't know, I don't think I want to do that. I think I'd rather keep the flowers up here. So I think I'm going to build this yellow flower up a bit more, because I really want that yellow flower to be the centre and pop. And because you have so many sheets, you don't mind doing that, because you just go into another sheet, because you've got plenty of them. And I'm just going to take this big yellow sunflower, I think it is, out of here, and I'm going to quickly pop it up before moving on. I actually have ripped that a little bit at the bottom, but that was because of my haste and carelessness to get it out. It's paper. It's back in. Right, so I will just quickly do this. Oops. Oh. And just because I ripped it, not because of anything else, I'll just give that a quick wee sand, and then I'll just pop that one there, which doesn't really matter about that because flowers aren't perfect, so it's fine. I wouldn't throw it away just for a bit of rip. You could also, if you really wanted, you could just take the little ripped bit out and then stick it on, but I'm not going to bother with that because it's too much faffing about. So basically that's as much as I want to do to the actual flower bits, because I think if I do much more inside with the floral bits that you'll end up losing the look. So what I will do, probably off camera, just to finish this off, is I'll add a bow if I can sweet talk my husband into cutting it out, and I'll add a happy birthday stick as well, and then that'll be the card which I'll be able to show you off camera. So that's one little card done. So I know it took a little while to do that one card, so I hope you're still with me, and we will get on to doing another card. So just popping all that out my way just now, because I don't want you to see me working the way I work sometimes, where I end up just working on this little mat, my beautiful Santorio mat, which I adore. I adore Santorio. I didn't like them when they first came out, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, I just fell in love with them. So we will use some of this background from the paper kit, and we'll make a card. Now I would like some gold, I think, because I think gold would look very pretty with that. So if I can ask my trusty assistant to get me some gold, I will put a card together for you all. So now let's see what we will do. So there's different ways. So I will. Thank you very much. So I will be using, in this one, just so that you know, I will be using one of the essential dies from Creative Crafting World to cut out a square in this beautiful paper, and I will let you hear how quiet my Pro Cut is, because I think that is a lot quieter than some of the other ones that I've heard. I mean, it does make a wee bit of a noise, but nothing major. Right, so that's that cut. That's a good start. I'm going to pop that through again. That is not the machine's fault, that is the user's fault. I did not have it right on my mat. So, do you know something? Why do things happen when you're live? Because that never happens to me. Right, let's pop it through again. So I know quite a few of my friends, I think we're up to about 15 or 16 of my friends have bought this machine because of my first unboxing video. So I'm just hoping everybody's enjoying using it as much as I do. I've never been well, I mean, I'm terrible for getting my friends to buy craft. You know what it's like if you're talking to a friend and you see something on and you're like, oh, I had to buy it, and then they'll be like, oh, I had to buy it. I did that at Christmas time with the Caterpillar. Well, one of my friends had said to me about how great it was, so I got it, and my other friend decided that she was getting it, and neither of us like it. It's so funny. Kevin seems to be okay with it, but I just don't like it at all. I just find it, I think, do you know, it's not the product that's the problem. I think the problem with me is because I've got this desk the way I like it, so that I can reach things at arm's length, I've really only got a small window to work in. And I think when I'm trying to get a 12 by 12 Caterpillar on my plate, on my table, sorry, when I'm crafting, it's just not going to happen. Right, so I'm just going to do this again because I didn't line that up properly. So I'm just going to grab another piece of that sunflower, and I'm going to line it up properly this time. That's the only thing, because with the cut and emboss, the magnetic sheet was always behind another plate. So with this machine, the magnetic sheet isn't. So it's very good for placing your dies on, but if you forget and you place it on wrong, which I have done, you end up with a fridge magnet, and you don't want a fridge magnet. I mean, as nice as the shaped fridge magnets are, you really don't want to have to keep buying magnetic sheets for your machine. So I've just got to always double check, and that's why you'll see me sometimes lay the card on my cutting plate and then flip it over, because I'm terrible. Otherwise, it really is a nightmare. Right, so we will grab a card blank and start putting a card together for you. So, being honest, normally, if I wasn't live, I would have used a die and I would have took the insert out of this gold, because I always think it's wasteful having mirror card on your card blank when you're only showing a little bit of it. So I always think it's quite wasteful. I know some people actually call it gutting, and they will actually leave just a very thin border. I'm not keen on that. I find that when you do that, that your cards can actually dip, so it's not something I enjoy doing. I just prefer maybe cutting my sentiment out of gold, or maybe just something small. I wouldn't take all of it out, because as I say, I just feel that your cards dip if you take it all out. But each to their own. I mean, there's no, as I said before, there's no right or wrong ways with the crafting. So now I'm just going to bring in a circle that I have previously cut in gold, and a white circle. So we will pop this one up with these tiny little squares. I am really going to have to invest in some more squares, I really am. It's funny nowadays, because when I first started crafting, there was no there was no dies when I first started crafting. It was all about punches, and I remember many a time drawing round saucers to get a circle, and you really can't cut a circle out very easily, or I can't. And I remember when Spellbinders brought out the first die cutting machine. I'm not sure if it was the Wizard that one's called, or if it was Ellison that brought out the Wizard. I can't remember, but I do remember the red Spellbinders machine, which was like one plate with a handle that you pulled down, and the dies. To buy the dies then, you were like £50 for a very basic die. The dies were extremely expensive, and even when the first lot of nesting dies came on the market, they were very expensive. I mean, crafters these days are just spoiled beyond belief, because of all the dies and more that they can do now that they never used to be able to do. We are so lucky. It could also be that it's a minefield for new crafters, so if you are new to crafting and you're stuck in any way and you think I can help, please don't hesitate to get in touch. As I said, there's many a way to do it, so just leave me a message and I'll get back to you as quick as possible. Kevin will probably notice your message before I do, because I'm terrible about checking these things. Or if you message me directly, then I'll get your message that way. So, because I know nowadays with inks and things, it can be really difficult. My most favourite thing to do is still to stamp in colour. That is my most favourite thing to do. I love doing that. I mean, I don't mind doing stuff like this. This is really nice, because you've got everything to hand, and you can do whatever you want using the kit. So, I mean, kits have got their place. I'll never say that they don't, but I just love the stamping and the colouring. I really do like this kit for the colours of it. It's very, very vibrant. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to make a couple of cards with you today, and then we can get organised. So I'm not sure if, no, because I think you'll lose it against the background. I think I do want to bring that more into the topper. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll bring that more into the topper. And of course I used the head off of here earlier, which is not a problem because we have plenty flowers. So what I might do is have a look through here and see if I want to bring in two. Do I want to bring in two? Or do I think one's enough? That one? Yeah, I think I quite like that one there instead of that one because it's bigger. That's what we'll do. I think we'll just have one, not much. Yeah, it's all the same. The paper. That's a closed style. Do you know I can't make up my mind? No, I think we'll go for that one. Yeah, I think we'll go for this one on here. So I didn't notice any, or did I? I didn't notice any sentiments apart from maybe on the sentiment. Maybe there's sentiment on the border that we can have a look at. So, and I'm quite a clean card maker when I'm using kits. I like my cards to be quite elegant and simple, rather than being really, really busy. That's why I put this white bit card in, so that the gold and the white broke up where the topper's going to go, instead of having it, because if you do it there, I mean, it looks pretty but it kind of gets lost. So to put it on the white, you just get that pop that you're looking for. So that's why I like using the white. And you could have embossed that white as well. I didn't emboss it, but I mean, you could have embossed it, no problem at all. And there we go. I'm just getting another one of these flowers off my sheet. And as I said, you've got so much to work with. It's really, really good. So I'm going to double up this flower. And don't forget, if you decide, because it's yours, if you decide that you want to double that flower up but you want to cut that leaf off, you can do that. There's no, as I say, there's no right or wrongs with this. This is just up to you guys, however you play with your kits and make the most of your kits. I mean, you might not want to, you might want to just leave this card at this and pop a sentiment on it and then say bish bash bosh, it's finished. You don't have to put all the different layers on that I'm doing just now. So just pop this on here like so, and then I'm going to get the other head out of here. Such a generous kit, I mean, just really, really pretty, and so many flowers. So I will put the sentiments on, and I will finish off the cards and pop them on at the end so that you can see them finished. Oops. See what I mean about the little pip? Now I just noticed that just before I popped it on, there's just a tiny little pip there. And you could have left it on, you don't have to take it off, it's entirely up to yourself. I personally like them off, so I just nipped it off. So there we go. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to add some gems to this card, and I'm going to add the sentiment, which I'll probably do again in gold and white so that it matches the base of your card. And it's as simple as that, really. Just these two little cards. Simple as that. And that's all I'm going to do with you today because I'm taking up enough of your time. But I do hope that you enjoyed my video and that you will like and subscribe to the Noble Crafter the Noble Crafters YouTube channel, and that you will visit us in our group Craft Friends United. You can also see my work on Sharon's Creative Ramblings at blogspot.com. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little play, and I will be coming back with more lives soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.